to get survival without escaping, you're going to need to run self-care, and I don't believe that you're going to be wanting to heal yourself a bunch in this match.
Self-care is banned, isn't it?
It might be.
Pretty sure. I feel like we would have seen some self-cares in there if it wasn't banned. Although maybe the teams have just smartened up and come to realize that self-care without a medkit is actually a huge loss of time.
Ryuti seems to be using the same build he was before. We're
seeing some saboteur for points. They're going to be farming those gold points off of hooks and pallets. You know, we've seen a lot of T-walls this game. That's a sensible decision. There's not enough pallets to go around for everyone, so someone's got to generate those bold points, secure their pit.
Very much so. Ryuti now closing in on a chase against a Jake.
The Jake being Usilius. Is he going to make it to the pallet?
Finds the pallet, stalls at it,
takes the pallet, but he doesn't drop it?
Gets punished for it.
Instead of just moving forward, little does you know, Ryuti's running.
Now they're really going to want to be getting 1,000 gold points every.
Maximizing points on the generator, 14 in repairs. Is it going to pay off?
I don't think it is. I think he's going to go down here. You don't gain any points while on the ground flare.
No, you don't. He started the spin, but he didn't get to finish it. I wonder if we will see. Oh, an assist coming in from Dr. Myth PhD. What a play! 250 altruism for you, sir. Congratulations.
Not really sticking to a gen. Instead, goes for the unhook. Gets a whopping 1,500 points for that.
Great skill checks coming in. Oh,
200
but he
points.
lost an opportunity to earn an extra 100 from the other great skill check, only landing a good.
Now Avalanche here, already hit.
1,000 points! Killer stun!
Avalanche now dropping the pallet, having to move to another tile because Ryuti chooses to broke it. Drops the pallet, doesn't get a stun here. Definitely going to be looking for those pallet stuns throughout the match. This is not one of the players running Saboteur, and he doesn't have any other real way to get boldness points that quickly. Now running to the shack, gets hit at the window and goes down.
He still managed to generate 828 boldness points from that chase. That might be able to offset the 14 boldness points we saw earned earlier today before the chase ended. 2 men on 1 generator over there. You know they're getting that co-op action.
Definitely getting a lot of objective points here. Now, I wonder if you attempt to go for the Kobe, if you see the enemy team running for you for the save. What would you say, Flair?
I mean, a Kobe, that is survival points, is it not? 1,500?
Here we have...
Going for a Kobe might be worth the survival points alone. I'm surprised we aren't seeing people running up the ante. Although it is kind of one of those situations where it benefits the whole team, or at least the whole group of survivors, where in this case they aren't necessarily teamed up. Before they had an incentive to help each other so they could all escape faster, but now there's less of an incentive and perhaps more of an incentive to farm their teammates as opposed to work with them.
Bill now getting the stun on Ryuti. Ryuti takes that one to the chin, immediately breaks the pallet. Bill continues to loot the same area, has one more pallet to work with, drops it, doesn't get a stun, and continues to rotate clockwise around this area. Bill now going for a fast fall. Ryuti doing an old reliable technique where he is trying to build up bloodlust to chase Bill down.
Old, perhaps, reliable. It's not looking like it's so.
Now, Ulysses was able to...
I don't know about useless, man. He's running Ryuti around pretty good here.
Was able
to
recognize...
gaming this unsafe pallet does end up being a hit, but he held his own there for quite a while. There really wasn't an escape, and he managed to use his time as effectively as probably possible.
Now, I really want to highlight something that he was able to do during that chase. He recognized Ryuti was trying to build up bloodlust on him, and instead of running like a normal survivor would in that situation, he instead dropped the chase by walking in the pallet. Claudette goes
eating a hit.
Unfortunately, takes a hit.
Unfortunately, Ryuti didn't get the enduring proc off of that pallet, and so he didn't manage to grab him upon vaulting back. If he had managed to take an enduring hit, he might have been able to do something. Ryuti really seeming to want to be chasing Bill right now. Bill fakes the pallet. Will it be enough? Oh, it is enough.
Ryuti
Bill sucks? I think not.
Ryuti didn't want to take another stun there. He actually took that loop extra wide, and Dr.
Ryuti
Myth
goes
was
back,
able
doubles
to
back
get
to try to land a hit on that
extra
pallet.
loop.
He did get that extra loop. He's giving up on chasing Myth. Bill definitely does not suck. The name is misleading. He is merely rusing you into thinking Bill sucks and wasting all your goddamn time because Myth knows what's up.
Ryuti now, no whispers, no tracking perks to help him find survivors. Everywhere he turns, there's a generator at 50%. There's one left, and he finds two Claudettes at the very same pallet that he tried to use Bloodlust on. Takes a swing and whiffs.
That was a little... He was holding a side direction, or a side input there, which caused his lunge to go, for lack of a better term, to the side. Interesting. Pallet looping with friends paying off.
Now Claudette here, going to take the pallet and catch a hit on the side of the shoulder.
Just the tip. Just to see how it feels.
Just a tip, just to see how it feels. Definitely puts Claudette on the ground. Didn't look like she enjoyed it as much as the Hillbilly did, though. Now, Ominous Blast being hooked for the very first time this match. Last gen goes up. Avalanche making sure that his teammate is able to get adrenaline whenever they come off the hook. Very smart play there. Myth, however, the Bill getting hit, has a pallet, chooses to use it almost immediately after taking the loop very wide. Hillbilly now closing in on him.
Once again, at another unsafe pallet setup. Unfortunately, he did get scared into vaulting the pallet. That he didn't manage to win that mind game. Although he had, you know, it was kind of inevitable with how many he was winning earlier into the match. Oh, and it looks like he's going to the basement.
Yes, this is going to be a basement hook. Which hook does he choose? He chooses
the front hook.
He's got to
get that time efficiency. He's got to get back to the doors, try to defend them from being opened, although I would not be surprised if we already have some doors open here.
We 100% have both doors open at this point in the game. These are some of the better survivors in Dead by Daylight Flare. And
body blocked against the hill. It looked like Ominous Blast was stuck, held in place by gravity, sandwiched between a chainsaw and a hard place.
That is one of the more disgusting chainsaw blocks I've seen in the history of Dead by Daylight. Ominous Blast really had no choice there but to just take it on the backside.
Ryuti is letting them know he is warmed up. This is round 2. No more whiffs. He's bringing out the disgusting Billy he's known for.
Ryuti now finding another survivor, drops a pallet, and is able to run away. Let's see if we can find the Jake here. Running back to the Arbiter. Isn't going to be able to use the window. It's boarded up. That is a very strong window. However, finds a pallet already on the ground and it's able to vault it.
He can cut distance with that pallet. Perhaps make it to this window. Will it be enough to compete with Bloodlust? Probably not. But he's got something going here. What a good use of that unsafe pallet to create distance. So much distance, Ryuti feels the need to break the unsafe pallet as opposed to just going around. I think Usili's, whether he knows it or not, he is making fantastic use of unsafe pallets to his advantage in a manner that is safe. It's not always black and white, people.
Ryuti thought it was safe to leave those pallets down since they were all unsafe, but however, a bunch of unsafe pallets on the ground creates a safety barrier. However, whenever Ulysses got out of that area, he goes down to a chainsaw meters away from the hook.
That was a huge gamble here, Swift. Ryuti took a 50-50 doubling back on that T-wall. If Usili's picked up on doubling back, he could have ran straight for the exit and made it out with no risk to him at all because of the chainsaw cooldown, but he didn't read it, and he ate a hit. He could have vaulted the shack window, why didn't he? Oh, in favor of the exit. Looks like Usili's is gonna make it out.
He's actually in no danger here because of being unhooked.
He also has a men kit, it looks like, that he possibly plundered. Self-healing at the exit gate. This is legal BM we're seeing in the tournament here today.
Definitely wants to get as much points as possible. Doesn't want to be healed by the enemy team, so he goes in favor of healing himself. Now Ryuti sees a bunch of scratch marks. This is where we can see some longer games here where survivors are much more worried about getting their teammate out and hopefully getting as much points as possible.
Yeah, definitely the correct choice is attempting to earn blood points here as opposed to just escaping, because even if you don't manage to escape... Oh, Lucilius falls for the double back chainsaw on the T-wall window. The diabetic supreme.
Ryuti really showing why Hillbilly is favored, where you have a possible sabotage play, getting body blocked.
Wait, what? Oh, he finally picked up on it. If you stand in front of the interaction area for the hook, so if you're standing in front of where the killer needs to beat a hook, the killer cannot hook, even if there is room for the survivor to be put on the hook, and he was using that to his advantage.
Claudette came in for 1,000 blood points in the boldness, but it instead might be paying with their life. I don't know if that was worth it.
A chainsaw on a safe pallet. I definitely don't think it was worth it. Looks like the hook is going to be near the exit gate. If Ryuti finds himself forced to leave this hook because he doesn't see anyone, that could still result in a free escape, though.
Oh no, dead on hook player. Traded 1,000 points for 5,000. We're definitely seeing some NA math at stake right here.